Hey guys, Steven here with the Old School Labs, and wow, what a weekend, what a deep lineup at the New York Pro in couple of divisions, in Open, in Classic, and also at the North Americans, which is another show, an amazing showing of Nick Walker who deserved his pro card. By the way guys, I need to apologize to every one of you for not being there, for not being the first to report on what happened, as I usually tend to do. This was because I was away with the representation of Serbia. I was competing in Romania. I was representing my nation. I took silver medal, I didn't win though. But if you want to check out the photos and tell me what you think, how I looked, go to my Instagram, type even bodybuilding _ and check out how I did. Anyways guys, once again, sorry for not being there. But now I'm going to do a little recap. I'm going to tell you what do I think about this, because I followed it in my hotel room when I was prepping for my show. I watched everything and now I have my thoughts on this. So let's take a look at what happened. Okay, let's start with taking a look at the top 9 and who placed where. I haven't really seen this deep of a top 9 lately. I mean, all the very well-known names and very good bodybuilders. So, of course, the winner was Ian Wallier. Then you had Justin Rodriguez, John De La Rosa, Hassan Mostafa, Max Charles, Patrick Moore, Anton Valiant, Quinton Area, and Wayne Walker. And another great thing is all of these guys brought really good shape. This is really amazing. Patrick Moore brought a good shape, but still wasn't enough to win the show or anything like that. But yeah, he was good. Ian Wallier made a huge transformation from his last showing, and that's why he won the show. He deserved it, absolutely. I liked Hassan Mostafa a lot. I'm a huge fan of this guy, of his physique, I mean, and he didn't fail to bring what I expected. Anton Valiant was a bit of a disappointment, we can say. We thought maybe he looked better based on his Instagram photos. Justin Rodriguez, he took second. I didn't see this coming, and I can say that, yeah, he deserved it. And then I also had these two guys, Quinton, who is very young. Quinton is like my age, something like that. He's like 25, and he's a beast. He's going to be a beast in a couple of years. I'm sure he's going to be a great bodybuilder. And Wayne Walker on the right, I'm sure you know him from Tampa Pro. An amazing bodybuilder as well. So really good lineup. So we have some video footage, but it's pretty low quality. And there is a lot of people saying that this was not supposed to be the result. But even though this is the point of my job, judging the shows based on the videos, I must tell you from my personal experience, if I'm gonna be completely honest, you cannot be sure who deserved what based on this kind of footage especially. I mean, even if you had the best kind of high quality photos, you still wouldn't be able to tell, you know. It's something you need to see in person. But I see this outcome. I think this is the way it was supposed to happen. So Patrick Moore, people had him higher, but he was smaller. Yeah, he was conditioned, but smaller. He was kind of, I mean, not really dwarfed, but he was smaller, and size matters in open bodybuilding. Ian was a beast. He was really big, and he didn't come flat. He came full, he came big, he was shredded, right? He had shredded glutes, so he checked that as well. He was not super separated, but he was bigger than everybody else, pretty much. And I think that's why he won, and I think he deserved it, absolutely. I don't think this has anything to do with politics. Hassan Mostafa, based on these photos, I really like his physique, but I don't really like his structure. He had probably the worst structure in this lineup right here, but he had a lot of thickness and he was conditioned. And overall, I mean, he was great. He was great. I really liked his physique, and I think he can do much better in the future because he has the potential. He has the mass that he needs. He just needs to come, you know, a little bit more sharp, a little bit sharper and a little bit more polished. Justin Rodriguez, I didn't see this guy cracking the top 2, but he deserved it. He was in shape, he was big, why not? Why not? Ian had some weak poses, but even those weak poses of his didn't look that weak. His abdomen is something he needs to work on, if you ask me. I don't know if he can change that, but he should try. From the sides, this guy looks like a Mr. Olympia winner. I mean, he has a small waist, no bubble gut anywhere. The leg thickness is insane from the side. The chest is a weak point for him, but from the side it looks broad, it looks nice. He has a big back, especially when you look at it from the side. You know, he's really thick. Calves, yeah, you can see what's going on over there. Not much, really, but that's not something to just really care about. The glutes were insane. They were shredded, they were big. Legs, crazy legs. Back was a weakness for him, but he improved it. He improved it from the last year, and now he was able to show it once he peaked properly. This is not 100% of Ian, if you ask me. I think this is like 90%, which was enough to win the New York Pro, which is probably third best show third strongest show in the world, right? So Ian, this is great year for him. He was super disappointed after that Tampa Pro, but now I'm sure he's happy. He got that ring. He won the third best show in the world, and it has been proven right now that this is really the best show after the Arnold Classic, because the lineup was really deep, the competitors were on, and Ian won it. Congrats, Ian. Once again, just take a look at this magnificent side tricep in high quality. Wow. Really one of the best side triceps ever. It reminds me of Dorian Yates with bigger legs. I mean, his legs do look bigger, and overall just really reminds me of him. It does. Better arms though, and chest is pretty much the same, and smaller waist. I mean, you can argue who is better. I'm sure Dorian was better for sure. He's 6 times Mr. Olympia and my favorite bodybuilder of all time, but Ian came close to it, and this is amazing. Really good job, Ian, and I can't wait to see him at his fullest potential, at his 100%, and I don't think this is that. Let's wait and see. Now off to classic physique. So guys, this lineup, you can say it was stacked simply because we had Logan Franklin, who is the future of classic physique. This guy was amazing. He was amazing. His posing was improved so much. He came bigger. He could have been sharper, but I think the lighting just washed him away a little bit, just like it did with every competitor over here. These guys were all pretty good, but nobody was, at that level of Logan. Can I see Logan beating Chris Bumstead this year? Absolutely not. But in coming years, for sure. I mean, take a look at this twisted back shot. Amazing, really classic. And this one as well, just really looks good. He has good vacuum. He has good back and good arms, which is something that Chris lacks. Anyways, enough about that. I made a video about that separately, and we're gonna see it. Now we know we're gonna see it at the Mr. Olympia. Chris Bumstead versus Logan Franklin. Hopefully they will get a call out together. I'm really hoping to see that, and I think it's gonna happen. I think the judges want to see that compared, because this guy is classic as hell. Seriously, he just needs to come, as conditioned as Chris, and to be able, I don't think he can pose as well as Chris. Chris is an amazing poser, but he can present his physique in mandatory poses just as well, probably. So we'll see what happens over there. The vacuum of his is really phenomenal. And I think it really means a lot. So this begs a question that everybody was asking not so long ago. Is vacuum really necessary? And this is what I think. Based on these two physiques in the middle, they are both good, but look at just how much does a good vacuum mean. It makes a classic physique. In IFBB Elite Pro, not Pro League, but in IFBB over here in Europe, it's mandatory to do it in classic physique. It's being judged. It's a vacuum pose. It's not like an NPC. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. It's a little bit too much. It's pushing it, but I do think it should be considered a plus, a big plus in NPC, and I'm sure it is. Because take a look at this. There is a night and day difference in these two classic physiques. I think vacuum is very important, and Logan knows how to do it. And overall, he looked really good. Congrats, Logan. And Nick Walker finally got it. Everybody saw this happening. Everybody knew that he's going to win that pro card. There wasn't an amateur like that before. Now we don't have an amateur like this. Now we have a pro, a really good pro. Now, if he decides to do some of the pro shows before the season is over, while he's still in shape, I'm sure he can do pretty well. In any pro show he does. Can he qualify for the Mr. Olympia? I don't know. We need to see him compared to the other guys, but what he doesn't lack is the mass. And he is conditioned. So why not? Why not? Just tell me. I guess there is one thing that he is not the best at, and that's structure. He doesn't have the prettiest structure ever, but is that really gonna stop him, from cracking the top 5, top 6 at the pro show? Not really. If he just comes maybe a tad sharper. Man, to be honest with you, if he came like this at a New York Pro, take a look at his back double bicep, for example. Could this not be realistically top 6? Who could argue with that? I just want to see him compared to the other guys, but this is a very complete physique and very freaky looking and conditioned and everything. He hasn't really got the prettiest structure in some poses, but in some poses, like the previous one, the back double bicep and most muscular as well, there is nothing wrong with his structure. Everything is there. So, an amazing pro and an amazing pro card win this year. So I really hope that he's gonna do it. Come on, Nick. Let's see. Why do you have to lose, really? I mean, you just turned pro. Nobody really expects from you anything. Do another show, another pro show, and yeah, why not? I'm for that. I'm definitely for that. You should do it. And then take a year or 2 years off and, I don't know, polish your physique a little bit, but I don't think that you need to do anything crazy, really, at this point. You have the mass, you have the conditioning, you can bring the conditioning. All you need to do is just, get the muscle maturity, I guess, over the years, and that's pretty much it. But knowing him, I think he's gonna try to get even bigger. Maybe he just wants to be the biggest freak of all time, and he's this big at such a young age. He's like 26 now. Imagine how big will he be at 35 if he keeps growing. I mean, let's just hope that his health is gonna be fine and he's gonna actually keep growing. So, an amazing physique of Nick Walker. Congrats. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was an amazing weekend. I'm really sorry that I wasn't there on time, but now I'm here. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's a little bit late. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Check out how I did and tell me what you think about my physique. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, all the best and keep it old school.